All right, let's get straight to it. So first things first, there may be times where you're working and you will not receive a paycheck. If you don't listen to anything I say, just ask yourself, can you go work a week or two and not receive a paycheck? So now you're asking or you're wondering, what does it mean? You're gonna tell me I can sit here and work 5 to 7 days, deliver loads, and not make a paycheck? Let me tell you how let me tell you how this happens. And it could be a number of things. You could either been on home time and you come out in the negative. You know, you got it because your expenses don't stop. Most companies, your expenses do not stop. You still got to make your truck note and whatever fixed costs you have or variable costs that may come into play. Breakdowns. You can have a breakdown on your truck. A lot of times when you're leasing a truck and you have a breakdown, you can get the company to cover it, and depending on how big that payment is on that breakdown, they may take it out in one lump sum, or they may be able to break it up into multiple payments to make sure you get a paycheck. But at the end of the day, first things first, when you're leasing that truck, them payments and them fixed costs are coming out before you even see any of your money. So you may work and gross $8,000. You know, after your fixed costs, truck note, and fuel, you might be left with $2,500 to $3,000. But if you just came back from home time and you took a week off or 4 days off, you know what I'm saying, and you're in the hole, or you have a breakdown, some type of monetary issue where the company had to cover it, and now you owe money on that, you're left in the hole. And one thing about leasing, especially when you're in a crappy market like what we're in right now, once you get in the hole, it gets harder and harder to get out of it. If you're one of those guys that's living off of cash advances, man, oh man, that's also something else that once you get into, it's hard to get out of. Now, honestly, since I've been trucking, I've never had to ask for a cash advance. I'm probably beyond blessed at that point because when I came into trucking, I already had everything set into place, finances, home life. You know what I'm saying? I had all that set into place already, so I didn't. That's one thing I never had to worry about. Got my money, stacked my money, and I made it work for me. Another thing about leasing, man, you do not own that truck. It don't matter if you are making the payments on that truck, you are maintaining that truck. If that truck is not in your name, not a lease agreement to you, but if that truck is not in your name from some type of financial institution, that is not your truck. You don't own that truck. You're not in control of that truck. You may be in control of, what oil you put in it, what tires you put on it, what shop you take it to. You may be allowed to sit at home for weeks on end, but the payments don't stop. And at the end of the day, that truck is not yours because you do the wrong thing, whether safety hazard, mouthing off at the mouth too many times. They can cancel that contract at any time, and all they're gonna do is put the next person in that truck. So now everything you have invested in this truck is now gone and is going to the next person. Granted, any money you've made off of this truck, or any money that you paid into the truck, a lot of times they're just gonna start that lease right on over with the next person. So if they're telling you, hey, we're giving you this truck for 80,000, you got 3.5 years on it, you get a year and a half through it, and you're thinking, oh man, I just got a year and a half left. Whatever happens, they terminate that lease. The next person that comes in, more than likely, they're not going to start off with a year and a half. They're probably going to start them all the way over again with 3.5 years, or depending on the miles, they may slightly prorate it. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to leasing, it's pretty much in the favor of the company that's pretty much, what I'm saying, you can get in the truck from. Now, you do have people that do complete leases, but most people that I personally know that have completed a lease or that's coming close to completing a lease, it's not easy, man. You're going to have to spend a lot of time away from home unless you have a company that has some type of dedicated freight that gets you home often or gets you through the house often, even if it's just for a 10-hour break here or there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe once, twice a week. Other than that, hey, it's going to be hard. It is going to be hard. It is not. It's not really simple, man. It's not as easy as you may think, especially if you've never done a lease. You got guys that like myself. When I did a lease, I had no intentions of owning the truck. The plan was to lease the truck, stack some money up, roll out. The goal was to be there 6 months. I was there 10 months. Towards the end of my lease, or towards the end of my time being at the company I was at, just constantly started having truck issues, more truck issues, and it got to a point to where it started having issues that I no longer wanted to deal with. And the reason because I had this truck, I was putting money into this truck, and also putting money into the other truck. And like I said, I take it to the dealership, pay to get it fixed. Truck was not fixed. Dealership was throwing parts at it, and they would just charge me for it. You could possibly go through the same thing. Your truck break down. Let's say your truck breaks down. Truck is in the shop for a week. You still got payments on that stuff. You still got fixed costs. So you have to at least, and let's say you're able to run 2 or 3 months with no issues or no major issues. Maybe a blown tire here, there, early here, there. But you're able to make some money, stack some money. Should be trying to save that money, man. Definitely want to be saving for a rainy day. If your plan is to pay the truck off, definitely stack your money. Just make sure you're realistic about it. I wouldn't be trying to get a truck with 500,000 miles that you got to pay on lease on for 3.5 to 4 years. That right there is probably not worth it. But hey, if you can get into a walkaway lease that doesn't affect your credit, talk to the people. Take a, what I'm saying, ask them what are you expected to gross or make every week, and then from there, I just say honestly, I wouldn't believe half of what they say. But most of them will say, "Hey man, you can gross $8,000 to $10,000 a week." I'd say, "Hey, expect to gross 6 or 7, and then just be realistic about it." If you go lease with Russian companies, a lot of times they'll give you fuel cards that does not transmit fuel savings to you. That right there, hey, look into your own fuel card. Um, a lot of times, if you dealing with a company and they have to pay to fix your truck, they may charge you interest on what they loan you. Technically, they loaning the money to you to fix the truck. Once again, you got to remember that is not your truck. You don't own that truck. You may have the freedom to decline loads. You may have the freedom to take the truck to any shop of your choosing. You know what I'm saying? You may have the be in charge of being able to choose, what parts you place here and there. But at the end of the day, they want to make sure that truck is DOT compliant. You can put chrome on it. You can put lights and all this other crap on there. Just remember, at the end of the day, that is not your truck until it is paid off. That title is in your hand. Got to be mindful of that. But hey, main thing is there's a possibility if you're leasing a truck, there might be a time where you do not make any money at all. I mean, nothing. And then next thing you know, you're in the hole. And once again, once you get in the hole, it gets hard to get out of it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is hard to get out of it, especially if you have a high fixed cost or variable cost. If it can get up there real high, it could possibly be harder for you, especially if you're with a company that's running off the spot market. You're leasing a truck in this market in 2023. You might want to be running with somebody that has some dedicated freight. Everybody claims that they're good talkers, they're good dispatchers, they get you the best rate for whatever, and then they're offering you loads for $1.15, $1.50, $1.80 a mile. In my opinion, it's not worth it. Honestly, I don't want to run for anything less than $3.50 a mile, to be honest with you. And the only way I could see myself doing that, aside from what I'm doing now, would have to be flatbed or step deck. And even then, definitely recommend get with somebody. If you're going to lease, get with somebody that have dedicated freight. You know what I'm saying? They can keep you moving, keep your deadhead low, and keep the profits up. So once again, man, this is the ugly truth of leasing. There's a lot of horror stories out there. There's a lot of good things out there. You know, some success stories. You just got to pick and choose what you want to do. A lot of these companies, they'll wave a brand new truck in your face. Tell you, man, you get this brand new truck, it ain't gonna break down. Hey, that's a risk you take. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short right here. It's a food for thought for you. Hey, like, share. I'll catch y'all in the next one.